play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bob says Dingo gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maev up. It was gonna be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your host, Arrow. I am joined by the lovely Alpha. She's actually over there, but this is a better picture of her just staring at me right now. It's Friday, and hopefully some of you people are enjoying an early day off going into the weekend, but I imagine that a lot of people are just heading home. Or actually, you know, working their legit jobs like most people probably should be doing. But we're going to go ahead and hop into a replay cast between Spooky Ghosts and Reborn Knights Red. So, with this being a replay cast, there's not a whole lot to go over. However, I do have the map information, so I'm going to go ahead and show that real quick here. We have the bands for Spooky Ghosts going to be Dragonshire and Sky Temple. And for Reborn Knights Red, we've got Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm sorry, not Battlefield of Eternity. Praxis and Spider Queen. I was going to say, that looked a little bit weird. Battlefield is our actual selection. So we're going to go ahead and hop right on into this. We don't get to see the drafts and the bands and all that stuff, but we do get to see the games, and that's ultimately what's important, right? So let's go ahead and get this started. Yes, the old disconnecting you from Blizzard services because it's an old game. We'll see if the overlay fits or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, it seems like. So I may have to make some adjustments. Oh, I do need to adjust the sound, so let me do that. We'll pause the game as soon as we get in here. Reborn Knights the favorite, says Core. Quite possibly. I know I have the standings available so I can show those, but I don't want to do that just yet because, you know. Let's pause that and get these sounds fixed. All right, so that should be good enough. Get this going again here. And let's see. See if this works. Let's see. Then we want that. All right. There we go. All right, so on the left, of course they're on the other side, we have Reborn Knights. Let's go ahead and get that swap on there. So for, you know what, let me go ahead and hit that again. Let's do this again, over again. So for Reborn Knights, we have Rise on Anduin, Ninja gonna be on Anubarak, Danebo on Greymane, Stampo on Tychus, and Stock on Varian. And for the Spooky Ghosts, we've got Little Wolf on Ana, Eric with a K on ETC, Colidus on Kael'thas, Boundary X on Phoenix, and Rogoth on Diablo. And yeah, I do need to turn off that game overlay. There we go. Now we can actually see the XP. You'll just have to remember that the people with the RK in their name are Reborn Knights. And that the people that aren't are Spooky Ghosts. So you guys will have to remember that part. Also, talents, you can see them at the top of the screen. You know, I'll probably pop them up every once in a while just to show the bigger versions there, but because it's the base level Blizzard UI for overlay, or for review, it's going to look a little bit funky there. So, but taking a look at these talents, so we do have the High King's Quest from Varian up here, going against that solo lane ETC, who looks like went, I think that's Prog Rock, right? Yeah, it is Prog Rock. Hard to tell on those slightly different colors. Got the advanced targeting out of Phoenix, Beetle build for a Nubrak. That's something new. Haven't seen that in a little bit. Bold strategy for Anduin. And let's see. So what do we have? So we've got Phoenix, Kael'thas, and then double tank. But Nubrak's going to dive in onto Boundary Axe there. And it looks like both the tanks sitting on the point here. Rogoth trying to maybe find a position where he can flip the Beetle off. But there's just too many blue health bars there. And now they're going to get the kill not only onto Diablo, but also the Kael'thas and following up onto the Ana. Danebo getting the living bomb there as a parting gift, but a welcome gift when you get a 3-0 on the first camp of the game. And let's take a look at those. Oh, we can't look at the souls here. Maybe there. 14 souls for Diablo. So still a pretty low health pool for the Diablo. Then we've got Raynor and Tychus as well as Varian, and Varian gonna go C-Smash. So you know, okay, I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm thinking that the Reborn Knights have the race advantage here, their quarter. But you're right, yeah. I mean, it started off in the replay showed Reborn Knights as being red, so you know, fun times. Level 4 is now available for both teams, and the Immortals just about to spawn. We've got Reborn Knights working on, or I'm not working on, they completed it, their Shaman camp, and set that up so that they can trigger it just as the Immortals are coming up. We've got Spooky Ghosts getting on to theirs, and of course a Nubrak scouting out over here. Probably not as favorable as a position to be that deep into enemy territory. But already Reborn Knights are on the Immortal looking to get this started. And it is a full 5v5 here, although Kael'thas pretty far away, not going to be able to throw out those bombs for a little bit. Ana keeping everybody fairly healthy, although Rogoth once again pretty low on the health pool. Halftime going to go over to Reborn Knights red. And it looks like we're going aggressive here for the blue team. Rogoth there in danger. Is going to be able to walk away, but comes back in and flips a Nubrak into the Immortal area there. Didn't quite get the stun, but Ana securing the kill. Also the kill onto Tychus in the back, and now Eric with the K falling low, pops off that face melt, pushing the team back and giving them the chance to get some damage onto this Immortal themselves. Who chose map? It was formerly the red team, so now the blue team, so Reborn Knights red. Did I? Oh no, oh, I'm sorry guys. I thought I changed it. I did change it. Oh, that's weird. I will fix the title. Oh, silence. Oh, geez. There we go. Hopefully that updates. Let me know if it didn't update, because I'm using an overlay. I'm not sure if it'll work with Twitch directly, or if I have to go into the actual thing. Oh, hey, look, by the way, ETC was hanging out over here. Sorry, guys. Missed that. Didn't see his red health bar amongst all of the blue. All right, so yeah, so about 60% or so on the Immortal. We've got Varian in the bot lane getting the soak down here and going back up here because there's no way Varian is going to kill himself in the bot lane. Level 7 is available, and Greymane picking up the Wizened Duelist. And Living Bomb on the Beetle, passing it over to Greymane as well. Got to be careful with that Living Bomb. And Nubrak walking his way in gets put to sleep. Now the grenade preventing any healing. The living bomb might be enough to secure the kill, but it's not quite, as he is able to use the shield, whatever the shield is that gives him the spell armor. I don't remember the name of it. Carapace? Something Carapace. Hardened Carapace, probably? I could look. ETC versus Varian in the bot lane now. As the top camp gonna get picked up by Reborn Knights. So they'll get that on top of the catapult coming in here. So most likely we'll see Spooky Ghost clear that up. But we are going to see them continue to push with it, so, or at least stand nearby. And there's the burrow charge in from a Nubrak, the Impale going out. Diablo getting a lot of damage coming in from that Greymane, and currently Greymane just looking to stack up those Wise and Duelist stacks so that the race is even more in their favor. Bot lane, Varian did get pretty significant value here, 2/3 or so of that fort down in the lane opposite the Immortal, because of course they had a kill on ETC there. And with that pressure, they can now get working on this bot camp as well. And it wouldn't surprise me, with as many of the Spooky Ghosts are up in the top lane, if we don't see them just push in on this and take this fort down for free. Essentially for free. It looks like that's going to be the call. Tychus maybe was thinking about going up and defending, but here they go. I mean, this is going to be a real quick kill for them on that fort, and that gives them 2 forts now. And they still have the Impalers, and their Shaman camp is available as well. So this should be a nice easy rotation to grab the Shaman, have that going out while the Immortal is spawning, and Reborn Knights is very close to level 10 here as well. Rock Your Worlds. The map was selected by Reborn Knights. I'll show that again after the game. All right, so because of the camps mounting in the bot lane and also some catapults there, we do see Spooky Ghosts pulling back. Level 10's available now as well. They've got to clear this up and try to get to level 10, and gosh, hope that they can get some damage on the Immortal. Maybe even you know, kill it before a keep goes down, because they'll certainly have level 10s before the Immortal gets to their keep. But I mean, a couple of kills and the Immortal turns into the end of the game if they're not careful. So here we go. It's coming bot lane, as there was the smallest amount of damage put onto that tower in the top lane. And so not a lot of push going to be coming directly, as Varian and Anduin coming up into the top lane to clear up this Shaman camp, getting some value, getting that wall, getting, again, about 2/3 of the fort here in the top lane. But this is a fully shielded Immortal. So let's look at these ults. We've got the shield wall from Varian, Odin, the Cursed Bullet, Nubrak thing. There's the big mosh, though, with the charge to interrupt it, but not before Lightning Breath can help to secure 2 kills onto Greymane and a Nubrak. And it looks like Purification Salvo coming out, not really going to get the kill onto Rise there, but certainly a lot of damage. And now this Immortal's going to be able to get probably this tower, but not a lot of damage onto the keep, so they do save that keep. Let's see the rest of those ultimates. So the Cocoon from a Nubrak, the Light Bomb out of Anduin. I believe that was Nano Boost. It is Nano Boost. We saw the Mosh Pit. We saw the Phoenix. From Phoenix, we saw the Purification Salvo, and of course, we saw the Lightning Breath. Absolutely, yeah, they did the right move, making that, taking that fight, getting a 3-man mosh, and you know, it took a while for a Nubrak to be able to interrupt it. So good on them. Fantastic play from Spooky Ghost to really limit how much value that Immortal was able to get. ETC in a bit of danger, but is going to be able to, well, I'm sorry. Nah, he still makes it out. Wow, that was close. Chastise landing there from Rise, nearly able to secure the kill there right at the gate. You know what? I can tell you in a moment. Let me. Why don't we take a look at this Impaler camp for just a moment while I double check who was banned. The bans, the hero bans were Reborn Knights banned out Vala, Arthas, and Johanna, and Spooky Ghosts banned out Tyrande, Sylvanas, and Jaina. So feel free to post that in chat if you want to. So Vala, Arthas, Johanna for Reborn Knights. Tyrande, Sylvanas, Jaina for Spooky Ghosts. And we see a rotation coming up here, 13 to 12, although 13 coming up for Spooky Ghost, but not quite here. And the bush check. Good night, ETC. We see the cocoon going out. Light Bomb is not going to hit anything as pulled back. Ninja, though, very close to those towers, ends up going down. So a 1-for-1 trade out of the front liners here, although Spooky Ghost does have a Diablo, so quite the burst onto ETC. He went down in approximately a second and a half. Lightning Breath going to come out onto the Varian here, but they're not going to use Purification Salvo. Why? Because they don't have it. They already used it. Why do you ask such stupid questions, Arrow? All right, so 5v5 coming back. ETC's back, and Nubrak is back. And we see the Phoenix on the Immortal here. The only one for Spooky Ghosts. As ultimately Varian charging in with C-Smash is going to now go into the middle of his team and die with that living bomb. And that's going to help to secure 2 additional kills. And now maybe a third from Tychus. Indeed, so 4 kills to nothing. All... You hate to say it, but all because that started with a C-Smash that probably wasn't necessary. Why is the game wanting to... Oh, right. And now ETC is going to come down here because this bottom keep is in danger thanks to these 2 catapults here. Even though they're just occasional catapults, they're enough to eventually bring down structures if left alone. And we do see the kind of the same thing going up here as the one tower was brought down and now the wall. ETC looks like staying to clear out this lane. I'll be interested to see if they stick with the team. They do. Okay, they're coming in. And here we go. So the wall is down. Odin is popped. Chastise going out. Does manage to hit onto the ETC. But no follow-up there. And the fort now on fire. Not quite in range to spread to any of the Reborn Knights team. Immortal still sitting healthy. Full health. It is unshielded now, so it'll be fighting in melee. And the big burst going out onto Rogoth, starting that fight. And now, once again, Living Bomb in the middle of the team, so the team does spread out as Reborn Knights trying to avoid another large team loss there as they had just a few moments ago. Diablo getting the charge onto Varian does ultimately get him stunned by the Immortal. Here comes the Light Bomb, but ultimately Stock not able to get onto anybody for that value. But the Healing Grenade preventing Stock and Greymane from getting any heals for a short bit there. And that's going to help them to secure the keep as both of the DPS pulling back. And a parting gift, Purification Salvo, which is just going to slow things down and ultimately require a little bit more healing out of Anduin. Both teams moving on to camps here. We've got, and their bot lane camps. The Impalers for Spooky Ghosts as ETC heading back to clear up in the top lane, and the Shaman camp for Reborn Knights. Take a look at this keep here. While that was all going on in the top lane, Spooky Ghosts lost about 25% of their keep health. Level 16s, we'll pop these up. There's no fight coming up here, so we can take a look at these. I don't think there are any baseline quests we need to check. I mean, we could look at Diablo's if we really want to, but he's got to be pretty close to full, right? He is full. with Beetles, we see Reborn Knights coming in looking to equalize, and they've got a lot of structure damage, so this likely is going to be a keep. But now with them coming in behind, we'll see just what's going to happen with this team. Is the ETC getting the mosh, Light Bomb going out, pulling Odin into Anduin though, so the Light Bomb got no value there, as Nubrak and then Greymane going down. Varian all the way in the back here, very likely is going to go down as well, I assume, surrounded by so many health bars. Yeah, that was it was really unfortunate. Just a split second later to get the value of the Light Bomb, at least to interrupt the mosh. I don't know that it necessarily saves the Nubarak there, but you know, certainly could have avoided spreading the Living Bomb. And you know, that is one of the things that you have to be really careful about as Anduin, is using that leap of faith on a target that has Living Bomb. Very easy to spread Living Bomb when you're bringing your player right to you. Yeah, 3 deaths for keep, and at least halftime on this Immortal. Also that they could keep equal pressure in that lane, so we do still have this Shaman Camp going in the top as well, so they've got to kind of make a choice between defending their Immortal as they mostly get stunned, and defending their keep, and ultimately they're just too slow. I mean, this Immortal's already 80% down. Cocoon going out onto Ana, but it's going to get pulled off by the Living Bomb, and here comes the Lightning Breath, and Nubrak already gone. Stock again in the backline, surrounded by spooky ghosts, and that is a 4 for nothing. I think, you know, they just took too long to get there, to take that fight, and now with this top lane, you know, pretty well pushed up. The camp did end up clearing itself thanks to the catapult there, but ultimately this is looking like it's going to be game. 20 seconds until anybody can really get up to do anything about it. And we see the GGs coming out from Reborn Knights. And ETC just playing a little tune for his friends there, coming out from the Nexus graveyard. All right, get rid of the chat there. Take a look at stats. So 5 kills to 16, you know, a whole lot of damage, whole lot of kills coming out from Spooky Ghost there. And, you know, J Silva, I tend to agree with you. It definitely felt like that was, you know, Reborn Knights, kind of uncoordinated with what they were trying to do in some of those cases. We saw a lot of missed light bombs. In fact, I think all of the light bombs, I remember 3 specifically that got 0 value. You know, and sometimes, you know, you could call it a zoning mosh or a zoning light bomb, right? Maybe. But just take a look at the stat. You know, Kael'thas and Phoenix really pulling it out. You know, Tychus being number 2. And for what it's worth, I mean, they had some great blow up potential when they had that bush gank and got the ETC. You know, they had the ability to make kills happen, just not quite where it needed to be for this map. Indeed, Gore, I hadn't quite seen that exact location, yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look again at the maps, as that was brought up earlier there, so we can go ahead and give this point. Oh, wait, actually, we need to put this back the other way, right? Let's see, it was Reborn Knights, and Reborn Knights is on the left, so let's actually fix it. Give me 1 second here, guys, because I gotta fix these. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna be on the other side when we get to the next game, and this is all gonna be for naught. Rainshire, Sky Temple. And Rexus. There we go. And that was won by Spooky Ghost. So let's go ahead and give them their point. Welcome, Porky. All right, let's see. Where are we going for game number 2 here? Looks like game number 2 is going to be played on Alterac Pass. And this one was selected by Spooky Ghosts. Alterac Pass, that was selected by the red team. And give me 1 second, because I now have to log back into the game. Yeah, so when you do replay casting, when you watch these games, I guess it's not replay casting that causes it. If you watch a match from before, from an earlier version, and it's not one of your replays, it disconnects you from Battle.net. Not yet, Porky. It's being replay cast by Sky Bunny later. All right, here we go. Game 2 is on Alterac Pass. Let me just go ahead and set up the team list here real quick. So we are going to see some different heroes. That's always exciting. And I'll tell you the bands here in a second as well. Oh, interesting. We get to see some heroes that we don't see a lot of. Oops. And okay. All set. So the bands, Alterac Pass, the bands coming out from Reborn Knights were Kael Thos, Chen, and Oriel. The bands from Spooky Ghosts, Sylvanas, Zul'jin, and Jaina. So there you go. Let's go ahead and get into game number 2 between Reborn Knights Red and Spooky Ghosts. And once again, I will pause to fix the sound because, you know, it's going to do that again in just a second here. So loud. I'll have to double check to see. I actually do have a little bit of time. I might, if there's another replay, I might be able to sneak another one in here. All right, get this sound turned down. And then we'll bring you guys in. How's everybody doing on Friday? Having a good day? Enjoying your work day? Maybe, possibly. You think I should try and get on Discord community? I saw the announcement in Discord. I think that anybody that feels that they have the knowledge, experience, and time and are willing to be a part of the NGS volunteer community should certainly discuss that with Born and Jackster. I think it's Jackster. Jackster or Jamster? Those two, I get those two names mixed up all the time. I think it's Jackster. But anyways, yeah, reach out to Born. Like, check in with them. Definitely. All right, here we go. I want that turned off. There we go. All right, so on the left, we have Reborn Knights. Oh, I gotta turn on the overlay again. Game overlay, there we go. We have Reborn Knights Red. We're gonna have Rise on the Anduin, Ninja on Johanna, Danebo on Gul'dan, Genji's gonna be played by Stampo, and Stock on Thrall. And for the Spooky Ghosts, we've got Little Wolf on Ana, Eric with a K on Medivh, Calidus on Malthael, Boundary X on Greymane, and Rogoth on Diablo. The disc committee. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. All right, so I don't want to pop up the talents because it's going to take up so much screen space for right now. But let's turn off the source so you can see the XP. So we see Malthael versus Thrall up in the top lane. So taking a look at some of these talents, what do we have? We've got the Bold Strategy again out of Anduin, the Iron Skin upgrade for Johanna, and we see these quick rotations from Medivh into the bot lane. We do have Pale Horse on a Pale Horse for Malthael, allowing him to have that faster travel speed across the map. And what is this portal thing? Portal Mastery, so he can place both of them and do so while in Raven form, keeping him a little bit more safe than he otherwise would normally be. Let's see, is that Cyber Agility or Agile Dismount for Cyber Agility? Yeah, okay, so giving him that movement speed. So again, potentially a little bit faster rotations, and we're going to see the Malthael coming over here to get onto the camp as the lane already pushed far in. Anduin and Gul'dan doing the same as the rotations continue to be a little bit faster maybe for Spooky Ghost, but they are losing a little bit of the XP here. Just in general, it looks like. Or at least it hasn't been caught yet. And Staymop down here doing the Genji thing, hanging out. As we get started with the camps in the mid lane, almost at the same time. We've got a 4 versus 3 here in the mid lane as Eric with the K on the Medivh popping back in. But that does mean that they are losing just a little bit of the soak here in the bot. Looks like so far 2 of those melee minions. And at the beginning of the game, melee minions actually are worth more XP than the others. That eventually flips in the later stages of the game. Let's... Almost feels weird having having the Genji with a bird just flying overhead. Constantly watching. Let's check in on the Medivh stacks here. How are we doing on those? 11 stacks so far for Medivh. Yeah, I mean, I don't play Medivh well. Oddly enough, I have a 60% win rate when I have played with him. But yeah, I don't know. Certainly not because I play well, I can assure you that. And it certainly isn't in any kind of organized play like, you know, NGS or even ranked play. I would never pick a Medivh in ranked play. So we got level 6, soon to be level 7. It looks like both of the teams kind of electing to take a moment away from the prisoners. They don't care. They're not worried about these prisoners. They'd rather get the camps and try to build that pressure up in the mid lane, give something for the enemy team to have to deal with. And certainly if they win the fight, that gives even more value. Thrall and Malthael up here in the top as 7's now coming online for Reborn Knights Red. Still no engagement into the prison camps. Feels different. And, you know, Medivh changes a lot about the games too. So with his protection, with his portals, and now we see finally the opening channel from Anduin onto the point there, and Medivh getting cheeky there, getting a couple of points on his is it Master's Touch, I think is what that's called. But we do see the root going out, but they don't actually follow up with it. But the portal was placed, and now we see a full 5-on-5 brawl as Genji, Staymop having to get away from Boundary X there as Greymane going to town. But it's going to be Gul'dan up above there, getting caught and taken out in the mud. Feels bad going face down into the mud. Diablo charge in onto Anduin now. There's the healing grenade preventing that healing going onto Anduin, and Johanna now as well having to back away. And that's going to give the Spooky Ghosts their first channel. 11 seconds left for Reborn Knights. Not really likely that they're going to be able to pick that up though at this point. They have no Anduin, but we do see them coming back in to try to stall this out. Timers are now equal, but they have no Anduin, and there's only 3 versus all 5 of the Spooky Ghosts here. Genji popping in here. And they are taking a fair bit of damage from that Gul'dan. Malthael in the back line, trying to get damage onto both the Thrall and Johanna, but ultimately the cavalry will be picked up by Spooky Ghosts, and now they're going to disengage. All 3 lanes pretty equal overall, but that's not going to remain that way with the cavalry coming in. So these Wolf Riders. Looks like Spooky Ghost is going to elect to get some hard push in the bot lane as Reborn Knights trying to clear up top and mid as quickly as they possibly can. And only Genji in the bot. 31 stacks for the Medivh as he pops into flight form. And Portal coming into the back there with Diablo charging it onto Gul'dan, but the Leap of Faith going to be able to pull him away. Genji kind of isolated here, but he's going to be able to Swift Strike away. Once again, this is a 5 versus 4, and now Malthael does have a portal to get away. And Genji's still over here on the opposite side. We did see briefly there the danger ping called out that he was over there. And the bottom fort is going to go down, but that looks to be all for now. We do see level 10, thanks to Thrall, getting up here in this top lane, keeping that pressure up, coming up for both teams. Sorry about that, had to cough, and my microphone has an awkward moment of muting. So for level 10s, we do see Light Bomb. We might see a Falling Sword out of Johanna, along with Horrify, X-Strike, and Earthquake, and it is the Falling Sword. Looking for that Light Bomb Falling Sword combo. On the other side, we've got Nano Boost, Apocalypse, Last Rites, Go for the Throat, and a Leyline Seal. So we'll see if we get any of those, you know, quick boss steals or anything crazy. In the mid lane, 5 versus 3 currently. Genji rotating up. And Thrall continuing to do Thrall things up in the top lane. Here comes the portal in, looking to get this quick kill. Earthquake used, trying to keep him alive, but too much burst damage coming out from Spooky Ghost for that to happen. Yeah, I could see that. And you know what? The other potential reason for Poly. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say the interaction with Life Grip with Leap of Faith on Anduin, but I guess that would give him Unstoppable, which would get rid of the Polymorph. Both teams working on bosses. Spooky Ghost in the top lane. Reborn Knights in the bottom lane, and we did see Medivh here. So yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna see the ley line. Genji Swift Striking in. Medivh does get the portal out, and the Horrify used just a little bit too late to get the kill. And with 35 on Master's Touch there, that would have been a fantastic kill if they could have gotten it. And it looks like they're gonna go ahead and get started on the camp. Rise getting right onto the point there as the rest of the team picking up the guards. And the boss in the bot lane here, closest to the prison camp, is going to get cleared up before it gets even the second tower, and Medivh's going to portal them right into this fight. Top boss, however, still 20% or so of its health, is going to be able to secure that fort. We did see the Light Bomb coming out, Falling Sword shortly thereafter. Thought we saw something else there, but the Last Rites going out does get the secured kill onto Johanna. Greymane going for the throat, gets the kill onto Thrall, but it's Anduin as well falling down, and Greymane getting that max range shot onto Gul'dan to finish up this 4 for nothing. 6.6 seconds left on the prison camp for Reborn Knights. But with these 3 minions here, Genji can't quite get in there to do anything about it. 20 seconds left on the timer. We've got the portal in the middle of the mud, but that's okay. Gets you out of there quickly. It looks like with Genji staying in the top lane and with this camp in the mid that they just secured, looks like this second cavalry is going to be going over to Spooky Ghosts. And just to call this out, 7 kills to none currently in favor of Spooky Ghosts. Starting with the top lane clear, changing their mind. Seeing that the full team is in the bot lane, they're going to come down here to try to defend the cavalry at the bot lane. Knowing that the cavalry is on the other side of the map, Johanna goes forward and tries to see if she can maybe get a quick stun here. And now with Gul'dan rotating in, we do have Horrify available, and now 13s are available for both teams. So this is an even fight right up until the cavalry gets here. And it is now no longer even, getting that extra damage and movement speed. And healing, I think. Leyline Seal does hit 3, the nano boost onto Malthael, and that is an instant kill onto Gul'dan, but followed up by Medivh Thrall as well. Genji getting the Ana kill. Greymane very low, gets blinded and goes down as well, so a 3-for-3 trade here. Ultimately still in favor of Spooky Ghosts with this cavalry, and the charge onto the charge onto Genji, bringing him down, so he's gonna have to disengage, and only Ninja left here for Reborn Knights. They are able to secure the kill onto the cavalry, but look up at the top lane. This is a nice big push that they've got to clear, and a whole nother wave with a Reaver coming in. I don't know either, Core. Camps back available for both teams. We see Reborn Knights hopping onto theirs right away now that everybody's back up. Level 16 coming up soon for Spooky Ghosts. They're only a few moments away from that. No bosses are available. Still a full minute on both of those, so there's not really anything new. Once these camps meet in the middle, there's not really anything new for either team to really do. That being said, Spooky Ghost has the Reavers in top and mid lane occasionally coming in, so whatever they can do to stall this, and with that 16 advantage, is going to provide them value. No keeps yet, but they could potentially get them if they get even just a single kill, even without a kill, if they can keep them busy long enough. And now they see Genji in the bot lane. Thrall they'll see in just a moment, so I expect them to push in with this camp and probably get this fort. Well, there you go, Core. Good thing that you took the time today to watch the Spooky Ghosts with their Medivh play. And it looks like they're going to portal in and get this bottom keep down, which they can do pretty easily. Horrify going out. They do secure the keep, and now Earthquake going out, slowing down primarily the Malthael there, but now it's APOC coming out. Hits 3. Thrall is deleted. Malthael's last rights proccing onto somebody there, but it's going to be Anduin securing the kill onto Malthael, and Eric with a K in the back here trying to get away. Is not going to be able to make it into bird form. And now Ninja and Anduin here trying to finish off the Ana. But Anduin says, you know what? I need you back here. Diablo did lose souls there, right? Diablo's not 0. Diablo is 7? Diablo is 7. So Diablo did lose souls there. And makes it up to the prison camp here as a 3-for-2 available for Spooky Ghosts. And Greymane, instead of coming up to help with the camp, I'm a little surprised by this. Instead of coming up to help get some time onto the prison camp, electing instead to get some minion soak. I think they could have at least gotten, 5-10 seconds basically for free out of that if they had some help. But we'll see how this turns out for them, because now the boss is available in both lanes. Both lanes are weak for Reborn Knights at this point. and ley lines available. So even if Reborn Knights, I think I might have said that wrong. The lanes are strong for Spooky Ghosts in top and bottom. No keep bottom. Very low keep in top. And they do have ley lines, so now that Reborn Knights is kind of sniffing this out, boss is almost dead, so looking for this Horrify. There it is. They do secure the boss with the ley line as well. Big light bomb going out from the Genji this time, but and look at these red health bars going down from all of that Gul'dan damage. Little Wolf trying to keep up, not able to do so, and it's going to be a full team wipe. Reborn Knights coming back with a vengeance. And I was just going to say, I'd like to see two of them come over here and get this prison camp started so that they can try to get some value here. They do see Gul'dan coming up into the top. I think Genji could have left this. They still have, 40 armor on the core, so that regenerates. Genji should have come up and helped to kill this boss. You know, maybe they don't lose this keep then if Genji helps with this boss, but instead they do lose it. And now that's a big problem, because in the delay factor, 2 lanes is enough to kill a boss, or kill the core rather. So Stormpike gonna go ahead and finish off the boss as Spooky Ghost coming back onto the map here. And we see Thrall trying to poke them out to stall this out as long as possible. So just under 6 seconds left. So they're going to need one more decisive victory here. And they are a little bit closer to level 20. And they do have, because their lanes are pushed up, they have the opportunity to get level 20 in theory before they have to go push this. If they do so, if they actually go do that. But they're not going to do that. They're instead going to take this on an even fight. Maybe. All ultimates are available for both teams. This is it. If Spooky Ghost finishes this channel, I don't think that Reborn Knights can successfully defend it. So we do see them trying to stall it out. They've got a couple minions. Horrify going out only hits the Diablo, but they do stop the channel, and that's ultimately what they needed to do there. Keep in mind, we do have a lot of minions on the core. No Reaver, I'm sorry, 1 Reaver back here, so I don't think that's enough to kill the core, but with the second lane mounting up, that eventually will if they're not careful. And with that in mind, they got level 20, and they're pushing their way in on this objective. But Johanna getting caught by Diablo against the wall does proc the Indestructible, and she's going to lose the shield just as the ley line's coming up. But ultimately, it's going to be Thrall going down, Anduin and Genji shortly thereafter. Medivh very low, has to portal away, and it looks like it's going to be a full team wipe in the other direction this time. And with that, I'm actually surprised they're even bothering to kill these minions. And it looks like Medivh portaling them over. The boss already 25% down. And with only the 20 armor, this looks like it's going to be game. Going over to Spooky Ghosts. All right, and good game to these teams. They both had shining star moments in this series, but ultimately only one can win. And today, or rather earlier this week, that was Spooky Ghosts. Let's take a look at these stats and talents here real quick. Good deal, Porky. Let's see. So 11 kills to 19. Fully half of those kills coming at the very end of the match there, or map rather, for Reborn Knights in that that 5-0 team fight they got over that top boss. Level 20 is available for both teams, although we do see that Medivh never quite got around to selecting. They did get that just at the end there. Damage-wise, you know, let's take just a quick peek at what we've got here. Greymane getting massively outstripped by the Gul'dan in the in the damage numbers here, but Malthael as well. These dot heroes really putting out the numbers. See a little bit of an advantage over to the Ana. Not that big of a surprise considering she can negate healing on the other side as well. And a little bit higher on the XP soak for the Reborn Knights, as they had to soak their lanes, especially at the end there. And of course, even though Spooky Ghost was right behind them, and you can see maybe that they didn't quite get as much XP gathered, they had more passive XP because they had the structure advantage throughout the whole game. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Reborn Knights red, 0 points. Spooky Ghosts, 2 points. You know what? Why don't we take a look at the standings? We have them. So after this match, we see Spooky Ghosts going slightly ahead there of Reborn Knights red. 9 points to 8 points. Both of these teams looking to get into that 8th or above spot right now. They're very close. They're only one match away, potentially 2 points away from being at the 8th or even 7th spot, contending with Who Knows Gaming and Deviled Kegs. But the rest of the division, not that far off. You got 12 points, getting you all the way up to 5th spot, 13 points, 4th spot. So, you know, a couple of good solid wins against the teams that are in the top levels could put either team right in the middle of the standings there, going into the playoffs here, as we've just got a couple weeks left. Just as a reminder, everybody, don't forget to schedule your flex matches if you haven't already done so. Chop chop. It is currently Friday. Make sure you get your week 7 games on the schedule as well, because once Sunday at 11:59 hits, you can't do it, and you have to come to one of the division moderators to get that to work. Finally, check out the NGS Rewind on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll show the schedule here in just a moment. It'll pop up at the end of the stream. We're going to see 4 games coming at you. We've got 2 of them from Division B. One of the teams that we just saw, we're going to see Spooky Ghosts and Soak Every Lane. We're going to see 10 Armor versus Paraloot from Division C. We're going to see Jailbait and Buff Chen from Division B, and Rewind versus In Too Deep from Division A. So make sure you check that out on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Not on this channel. It'll be on the Nexus Gaming Series channel at twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. And as always, don't forget about our Patreon, because that helps us to provide the funds for the website. Also, there are Patreon rewards that you can get. Some of the cool things that you can not quite see behind me, mugs and stuff. But always appreciate the assistance. Thanks for joining me this Friday afternoon. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again Sunday or sooner. Maybe some more replay casting on Saturday.